15 years, Lindsay.
How did we get here?
Yeah,
eh?
how did we get here?
It sort of feels like a lifetime and yesterday all at the same time.
We set off, didn't we, with about 8 of us at the beginning. One of the ambitions was to try to create interesting long-term work for people, and doing that and seeing who they are and working with them, that's been a treat for me.
It's quite weird to think that you go from a plan on paper which says this is what we're going to do, and then 15 years on there are some tangible improvements that wouldn't have been here if we hadn't have done some of it. Loads of different organisations and social enterprises and small companies and all of that sort of we've helped a little bit along the way.
You're a sort of gentle part of making that happen, but that means that the network can exist and thrive beyond you. It's not like you own it, but you've been part of growing it. So what have been standout moments over the last 15 years?
Actually, the day we opened the column was a standout day because it was an absolute symbol of pride in a community. So what about you?
I think some of the ways that networks have grown and developed, where things have grown and developed very naturally, I like to see. I like to sort of stand back to one side and watch it happen, really. In terms of challenges and lessons, things you've learned over the last 15 years.
I've definitely learnt buildings take at least 15 times as long to ever do as you ever imagine and cost at least 15 times as much. It's really okay for things not to work. I think that's something we've got more confident with.
Yeah, definitely.
Doesn't mean to say that you're wrong to have tried, it just means learn from what you've done and then move on rather than not keep trying to do something different,
What do you hope for the next 15/100 years?
Some of the things we knew that when we invested in them 15 years ago, really the impact was probably going to happen in 25, 30 years. So we're definitely halfway or 3/4 away or a quarter of the way along a journey in some of the really big things we want to see happen.
Some of it is about how we get better and better at sort of executing what we do, so it almost happens without us sometimes, happens in systematic ways, happens more widely, but if that doesn't mean we get bigger or grow in traditional ways. Using one word, how would you describe real ideas?
Energy. How would you describe it?
Do you know, when I asked that question I always stuffed, because I'm not good at an instant one word response. I'm going to use 3: brilliant and beautiful.